You take things the wrong way because you're unhealed and you're hurting. Let me explain. So, I was on Reddit searching for some tips about something, and I was looking through these comments of people just bashing each other. It was crazy. And I would read the comment that they would be responding to, and I could tell that it wasn't backhanded or meant to cause people to react. But what I saw was not everyone, but a good portion of the people were taking it the wrong way. Because you do this because either you're hurting inside or you're unhealed from something. Well, I mean, that's the same thing basically, but so let me explain. So let's say you're going through a really tough moment in your life, and because of that, you've developed this mindset that good things don't happen to you, and people are against you, everyone's against you, no one does things that support you, because your life has gone the wrong way for such a long period of time that now you're negative. And now, in this negative mindset, you will read something someone says or hear someone say something that they didn't mean to make it in any way seem negative or against you, but you took it that way. You took it as a personal attack against you because you have basically filtered your life to focus on the negativity, because that's all you've seen so far because of what you've been going through. But the thing is, you're basically brainwashing yourself, because that's not the reality. You're taking things the wrong way because you're seeing the world in the way that your negative experiences want you to see the world. The whole point, you go through these negative experiences so that you can overcome them. The whole point is to overcome them. But by you taking on this negative outlook in your life, you're letting them win over you, because they have achieved something over you. They've gained power over you. Those negative experiences, they've gained power over you. You let those experiences win. You let that person win because you chose to see negatively. Now, because something's happened to you, you're looking at the world as such a negative place. You take everything negatively. Even when someone says something nice to you, you don't take it as a compliment. You don't take it as something kind, because you've basically rewired your brain to get used to the negativity, honestly, because sometimes it's so much easier to just see the world negatively when you're going through a negative experience, because that's what it wants you to see. It's so much easier. It's like going in autopilot. But the harder thing to do is to still control your mind. Take control of your mind and tell it consistently and constantly, this isn't reality. This is just a negative experience I'm going through, but I am still a positive person, and I'm going to choose to be a positive person. And I don't mean positive in the way that you say, oh, sunshine and rainbows, life is wonderful, when you're going through a negative experience. No, you can still be positive and be realistic. There is something positive in every single negative experience you go through. What is this teaching me? If it's teaching you something, which all of them are, then that's good, because you're learning, you're growing from that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it beautiful to grow and not stay the same person for your entire life? You wouldn't be able to experience new things because you'd be stuck in your comfort zone for your entire life. Wouldn't that suck? So you see how you can see things more positively? You can see things in a way that isn't sabotaging you. Because when you're being negative, you're sabotaging yourself. You're your communication with other people, because other people are just trying to be nice. Not even to be nice, they're just trying to talk to you. They're just trying to say stuff and you're taking it as an insult. Don't you think that's strange that we've just let that happen? Because so many people are sensitive. You're not being sensitive is a character trait that some people are sensitive, but it's been given a negative connotation because of these people that are unhealed, that are now perceived as sensitive. It all falls under the same word, which I don't really like, but whatever. I digress. But now these people that are unhealed and can't communicate with other people are now seen as sensitive because they can't handle conversations because they're unhealed, or because they're hurting, because they're going through a rough time, and now everyone else says to them. It's your mindset. Your mindset is your tool. The whole point of you going through this is so that you can prove that your mind is stronger than this experience. And if it's not yet, then this is your chance to learn and grow so that you can develop a mind that is strong enough to overcome negativity when you're going through something bad. And I used to be the same way. When I was depressed, I would take things the wrong way. And especially online, because you can't see people's facial expressions. You can't feel their vibe, you know? And you're just reading words on a screen. And when you read words on a screen, you can interpret that and you can shapeshift that into whatever you want to perceive it as, depending on what your mindset is. And that's why it's so important to have a good growth positive mindset, because if you don't, then you're going to take things as negative rather than what they really are. You're not seeing the world for what it is, you're seeing it for how you perceive it to be because you're in pain. And I used to be the same way because I was depressed. I would go online and I would read all these things and I would take them all the wrong way. This person is being mean, this person is insulting, this person has no idea what they're talking about, this is just wrong, blah 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 blah. But what I learned through going through more and more negative experiences is that the reason I'm going through these experiences is because I'm choosing to be negative during the experiences. I'm not saying you have to be happy that you're going through a negative experience. I'm saying there's a better way to look at it. Why are you letting it win over you? Why are you letting this experience, this person, this etc., this situation, why are you letting it win over you? Because it does win over you as soon as you become negative. You let it impact you. One negative experience, and now I don't think anything good is going to happen to me. 0 views on one YouTube video, and now I think, oh no, my dream is down, gone. No! Because then you're giving up on yourself. You're giving up on everything. Are you really going to do that because of one experience? And even if it's more than one experience. They say God gives his strongest God gives his hardest battles to his strongest warriors. Something like that. You're pretty dang strong if you're still here. And yeah, you can be negative, but does that help you? Does that help you? Does that achieve anything? Because now you're just matching this negative frequency. So what does that do? That means you're going to attract more negativity into your life because you're choosing to be negative. But if you're choosing to be positive in the way that you see things, you see the best out of things, let's say. Okay, I'm going through this, but I'm going to choose to see this as a learning experience rather than as something that's meant to crush my dreams. Because if I do that, then I'm letting it win over me. And then what? Then my dreams will get crushed because I'm crushing them myself through my mindset. now that I've gone through this and I've healed through, obviously I'm not healed. No one is healed, because you're constantly going through experiences in life that you need to heal from. But that's just life. And it's beautiful because through all of these experiences you learn. Okay. I have healed through this pattern of developing a negative mindset when I'm going through a negative experience. So now when I'm going through what is perceived as a negative experience, I don't think to myself, oh, life is wonderful, everything is perfect. No, life is great. It could be better, but I'm very grateful that I still have so much to lose. And there's clearly something that I need to learn with this experience, so I'm gonna trust the process and think optimistically, think positively. What can I learn from this, rather than, oh, I just give up, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, life sucks, it's horrible. Because it can be so easy to fall into that. I choose to say, okay, let me trust the process. But it's because I've gone through this so many times, and I've gotten through and I've healed from these experiences so many times, that now I know that once it's done, there's going to be something I'm going to notice that I didn't see when I was going through it, that I needed to learn from in order to become the person that I would be in the future. When you choose to see things positively, and obviously realistically too, but think realistically, how much do you have to be grateful for? The sun is still up. I mean, come on, isn't that something great? You don't have to think, oh, sunshine and rainbows, life is perfect. No, I don't like that type of positivity mindset. That's fake. That's a lie. But when you're actually realistically positive and you look at the world and you're like, wow, I have a car to drive in, I have a roof to live under, I have water. There are people that don't have water, and I have water. How can you be negative when you have so much to lose? And then once you go through these negative experiences, you get through them, you complete them, you can look back and see what you didn't see during those experiences that now you do see. And you can see, because before I healed from this negative cycle, I was really close to getting back into it, because there was this one negative experience I had, and it lasted a long time. This is not something where it's like, oh yeah, one and done. This was like 6 months. And I was so close to getting stuck in negativity again, because I was thinking it was taking so long. It was taking so long. It was like 8 months, and I was still going through something. And there was this day where I was just so negative. I was like, I can't believe this. Life sucks. I hate everything. Genuinely. Like, I'm not even joking. I was saying, I hate everything. I hate everyone. I hate the world. God, you know? Anger. But then I noticed how my energy just dropped when I was acting like that. And after about a few weeks, I got out of that, and I was like, and it was through expressing gratitude. That's why I say gratitude is so important. You don't have to be religious to be grateful. You do not have to follow a book, word for word, yada yada. No, you can be grateful regardless, because you have something. And if you have something, you have something to lose. And if you have something to lose, you have something to be grateful for. If you have something, you have something to be grateful for. There's just so much that you could be grateful for right now. But you choose to go through these, you choose to see the world negatively, because it's easier that way. But don't choose the easy way. Choose the growth way. Choose the way that will benefit you in the long run. And it can be difficult, but you have to trust the process. Because then, once I've overcame that mindset, now I see the world for what it is. For what it is. Not what I perceive it to be because of my mindset. Do you understand? I can look through these Reddit posts and I take the words as they are. I'm not getting emotional from them. I'm not getting affected. I'm not reacting to them. I'm not getting triggered by them. I'm taking them for what they are. Someone could even try to be passive aggressive or say something negative, but I'll just take it for what it is, and I can literally notice through text what you feel. It's crazy. I can see if you're being triggered based on how you're speaking, because it's very obvious. It's very obvious, to me at least. Because I see how people respond. There's a difference between responding and reacting. Because if you're reacting, it's because of something emotional, which means it's tied to something you are hurting from or you haven't healed from. And it's not fair to the world. It's not fair to yourself to do that, because now you're causing arguments with people that had no intention to do so. And that's why the first step is gratitude, honestly. Like, no matter what, you could be dying, but look, you have so much here. You don't need people. You have fingers. Oh, I don't have anyone. I don't have friends. Okay, but you have the sky. You have the trees. You have the grass to lay on. You have movement. You can breathe. Some people can't breathe through their nose. Some people can't hear. Some people can't see. Some people can't eat. Some people's stomachs don't work, so they have to have a tube down their throat for the rest of their life. Can you believe that? And if you struggle with being grateful and you don't want to be grateful, you are extremely privileged. And clearly, that's why negative experiences happen to you. Sorry, I'm getting worked up. That's why negative experiences happen to you, so you can learn to be grateful, because you clearly you were choosing not to be grateful, or you just weren't being grateful before. So now the universe is saying, okay, we're going to break your wrist so that now you can be grateful for your wrist. Don't you notice how you're so much more grateful and you're more careful and you're more intentional with your body when something breaks? Don't let something break for you to start being grateful. Be grateful now. And even it's so hard to go through these negative experiences and be positive. But it's so worth it, because now what are you doing? You're choosing to go on a higher frequency, so now you're choosing positivity. So what does that mean? You're gonna have positivity attracted to you. Positivity. I can't speak. When I speak, I get positivity. I forgot what I was saying. You have positivity attracted to you because you're choosing to be positive. You don't realize how much worse you're making it because you're choosing to be negative. You're making it so much worse. You're making it so much worse than it needs to be because you're choosing to be negative. Even more negative experiences, more negative things are happening to you. Even subtle things. Someone says something to you. Someone, cuts you off. Because you're choosing to be negative, so now you're attracting negativity. But if you choose to be positive, then the little things in your day, the little things, even big things could happen to you that are positive, because you choose to be positive when you're going through your hardest battles. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. So when you are noticing that you're taking something the wrong way, or when you are reacting to something, whether it's online, because typically it can be online because you can't really see people and how they're trying to talk to you, but also in real life, it happens all the time. If you take something the wrong way, if you see yourself reacting instead of responding or getting emotional about it, either angry, annoyed, sad, upset, just take a second and breathe and think about why. Because this person isn't trying to start anything with me. I'm choosing to see it as that because something's not right here. I'm thinking something that isn't benefiting me. And then as you express gratitude, then your life is going to get so much better. Stop choosing to make it worse with your mindset. You can choose to make it 10 times better. You can choose to even have good times during all the bad times because you're choosing to be positive. And when your mindset leads you, your mindset guides you. So with your mindset, you're now making decisions, you're now feeling things that are benefiting that and are causing you to live through more positivity because you're choosing, instead of like purposely slowing down when someone's trying to speed past you, you're choosing to just let it go. Just let it go and then just keep driving, they speed past you, whatever. But now you have just prevented a negative experience from happening because you chose to release the negativity. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, post a comment if you want to. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you stay positive, and I hope that through your toughest battles, you choose to look at it positively and see what you can learn from it and see what you can make the most out of it. Because it's worth it, because now you're choosing to win over the battle.